picture on the wall, and now I know how to steer. I'm not afraid if I should fall, yeah. It took some tears, oh, but together we were strong, and now I feel a burning beat inside my heart.
Hi guys, so today I'm doing a almost entire Flormar, which I was requested to do, a Flormar makeup. So the only thing I've done, because the only thing from Flormar I don't have is eyeshadow. So what I've done is I've used In The Buff from W7, which are another really good brand if you're looking to kind of stay in a budget. And the really good thing is that on the back they have all the colours. So what I've used today is Chocolate and Wave, which is this, and then I just kind of did a little bit at the very onyx here. I used as a liner, so on the top and the bottom, because it's not so kind of dramatic, but at the same time you can clearly see. And then the other thing that I used from Flormar was their mascara, because it's almost entirely Flormar, because I've kind of built it up. And this is their Spider Lash, and it was €5.60 in euros, so very reasonable. And what I'll do is, instead of doing picture video, at the end of the video I'll individually show pictures of everything. So what I thought we'd do is, first of all, this is the actual the foundation. So this is my first time using it, guys, so I thought I'd use it with you. And it's their Perfect Coverage Foundation. There's an SPF 15 and it's 12-hour wear, so I think it might be really good. And then I already had their Perfect Coverage Concealer, which I actually even prefer to MAC, which is crazy, but yes, I do. So what I thought is, we'll do concealer first and then the foundation, and I'll use you use a brush if you want, but I'm going to use my Real Techniques sponge. So let's just do I've got a mirror here, guys, just to the side, and I'm going to start with the concealer. So this concealer doesn't just have to go under the eyes, guys. It can actually go to any blemishes that you have. And I kind of get the T-zone spots, so it's good to kind of, and then I just tend to go down the nose like that. So I will, again, there'll be pictures all towards the end, just so you can see, if you don't have enough time to watch this, you can kind of see the tutorial first. So let's just, and I have sprayed it, like with I'll just show you, the MAC Mineralize Charged Water Skin Hydrating Mist, and I just find that it really helps to blend everything in. So let's just start to do that, and I tap under the eye, because it doesn't drag the skin and it doesn't drag it up the colour away, so just tapping under the skin. And what I always do, guys, no matter what eyeshadow it is I put it on first, so that if there is any fallout, you then have kind of manoeuvrage and room to kind of wipe it away before you start your makeup. So I'm really finding, guys, that coverage already is really good. I did have a little bit of circles under the eye just from tiredness and stuff, and I think that's really good. If I just come up close, I'll just do the nose and then just look down so you can kind of see everything. Okay, and then I just had a little bit here, and I'm just going to use the pointed end just to get into the inner corners of the eye, like that. Okay, and then just up here. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is, this isn't Flormar, but it's the Mua Perfect Pout and Prime, just to, before I put on any lip, I'll do that last, the lipstick, but just so it kind of primes the lips, like that. And so once that's on, what I'm actually going to do before the foundation is, if you want just a little bit of a tan, not too, especially if it's summer, and what I'll do is, last year I did my summer look, and I'll put that down below, and I'll put this. The summer look last year is actually really holiday friendly, so things you can just pop into the bag if you're on the beach, or if you're going out and you don't want to look too done up. I've done a tutorial for that, so I will link it down below. So this is and again, just to remind you, the pictures will be at the end, Double Radiance Primer and Highlighter and SPF 10. So it's 30 mils, and this was $8.95. So packaging, I think, is really attractive. So what I'll do is, I'm actually going to put it on the sponge. So if I just, and then what I'll do is just, you can just see what I'm doing there. Now don't be put off by the gold. I know it looks really shimmery, and that's what I thought, but then as you kind of maneuver it around, if you see, and I'll put pictures at the end of the face as well as the products, it actually blends in really nice. And then underneath the foundation you put on, it gives you that warmth. So if you have like an ivory foundation, it will give you warmth as well. So I'm just pop it slightly up here. If you can see that there. Okay. Okay. So that's the Flormar primer. Now there is one if you don't like the gold. This is the, and I'm nearly done with this, illuminating primer makeup base. And it's just a white consistency, and it just goes on your face, and it's 8-hour wear, I found anyway. And that's inside and outside, so that's pretty good. This just gives you that warmth if you're looking for, and what I'll do is I might just add a tiny bit more. Apologies for the lighting today, guys. It is bright, but it's kind of like that cloudy kind of bright, so it doesn't really give you the colour, so sorry about that, guys. But I wanted to show you guys this because it was requested, and I'm just giving it a bit more, yeah, I'm just going to give it a bit more kind of colour. And now I'll move on, and this is my first time trying it, guys. You could leave it like this, but just for the purpose of trying the foundation, I haven't opened it yet, and we'll do that today, and that's what it looks like. There was a caramel, but I wasn't sure if that was a bit too dark, so I thought with ivory you can kind of use a bronzer, or you can kind of warm it up a bit. So what I'll do is I'll just show you here, and then I can take it from this to the sponge then. There we go. Okay, so actually it does look a bit paler in the bottle, but actually on the skin it does warm up a bit. So I'm just gonna take the sponge like that, and then just anywhere the concealer didn't get, and I want to just kind of not cake it, but just kind of coverage wise, because this is another 12-hour wear, I will just kind of start to pop it on the skin, and then just maneuver it in upward motions just so it doesn't drag the skin down, like that. And I'll put the photos on Instagram as well today. Now I wanted to kind of mention, I don't have them to hand, but I've put on Instagram, if you haven't seen, do click the top page. One of my friends owns Studio 100, which is a company, online company, and they've just gotten in the these kind of cafe latte cups, and they are such a dupe for the Central Perk Friends cups. So if you like that bright colours, it's beautiful. You do check out my Instagram, and I put it up last night. I also put up just things that I wasn't able to record because I forgot my camera, of course, when I went to New York, and I didn't get to see everything, but a couple of Ground Zero pictures are there, and Madame Tussauds and stuff, so that was interesting. So if you want to have a look at that, do. Okay, so I think, yes, it looks pale. Sorry guys. Yes, it does look pale, but I think it's gonna work. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to get my bronzer. It's the only thing I don't have from Flormar again, but I might just, even if it's just kind of a hint of colour. So if you just, one moment. So what I'm going to do is, and if you have any bronzer, just use that. This is something, and I haven't even been able to get everything because I could only get 2 in MAC, because you know they're kind of expensive, but this is their bronzer, and I've doubled it up sometimes as eyeshadow in other looks, but I might just use my brush to just kind of, if I come away there, I'm going to use my Real Techniques brush and just to kind of give it that, where the sun would naturally hit your face. Okay. And what I'll do is I'm just going to get a plain buffing brush after this, so if it doesn't look, and then under the as well. I think that's just kind of, it's just made a little bit of colour, and what I haven't done is I haven't placed the bronzer anywhere my blush is going to go, so it's not going to kind of look too mixed up. Okay, Actually, that's turning out quite well. I don't think I'll need another brush. I mean, just for some colour. Okay, that's just kind of made it slightly better. Okay, if I pull away there. And what it does as well is it pulls in the cheekbones. Okay. So what I'll do now is show you the Matte Extreme Warm Nude lipstick. This was €6. So I'm just going to open it there. I'll do a swatch on my arm and then that's what it looks like. And we're just going to that's what it looks like. Really nice, I think. So very wearable for during the day. And what I'll do now is just look in the mirror and we'll just start to... Now you could use lip liner if you want to. When the lipstick actually has that kind of lined edge there, sometimes lip liner isn't needed because you can see, you can really carefully kind of start on the outside and then kind of fill in the rest. So that's what I'm going to do. And then just the top. Now you could use any colour or any product you have, but I wanted to do Flormar today just in case you hadn't heard of the brand. And they are certainly budget friendly, really are. Okay. Okay, I think that's really, I like that. Again, I haven't used this before, so I'm kind of trying it with you guys. Okay, that is, I'm really liking that. So what we'll do now, and I did just put my primer on first, just so it wasn't so dry, because it's the matte version, so, you know, Extreme Matte is kind of the drier one. And now I'll show you the blush. This is really good for travel, guys, because it has, this is their terracotta blush on, and it's pink bronze, number 44 if you're looking for it. And it actually has, if you have this in your bag and you want to retouch at night, if you're out with friends or anything like that, and you can't kind of get to a bathroom or anything like that, it does have a mirror. So you can kind of, you know, you can definitely see what you're doing. So what I'm going to do is just use my Real Techniques blush brush. This is what it looks like, guys, and I wanted to show you. Look at, perfect for summer. Perfect. And if you're going away on holiday, this would be lovely if you had more tan skin than me. It would be lovely. And I think that's the other thing. I think any ethnic background could use this. Really, really kind of good in that way. So we're just going to take some of that. And I'm going to smile just to bring the cheeks forward. I'm sorry about the brightness today, guys, but there will be pictures. That's kind of showing up now. Perfect. And what I do, and I've said this before, if I feel there's too much, which you can see there might be, get a plain, just gonna wipe this off, just a plain buffing brush, and all I do is, you can see how it just tones it down nearly straight away. So if you're not comfortable with that heavy coverage, there you see, just, I think that's okay for me. And there you go. I think we're almost finished now, guys. So that, bar the eyes, is Flormar Full Face Flormar. And I think it's, you could so dupe this for like Smashbox products or MAC, because I think, you know, sometimes if you're training, it's like what I'm doing at the minute is college online and working. And sometimes you want to just save your money for other things and like towards holidays and Christmas. So if these kind of things are kind of budget friendly and they still look, you know, amazing, I would highly recommend them. So what I'm going to do now is just get my setting spray that I got from Makeup Revolution, which was only €8 in Superdrug, and that kind of sets it for about 12 hours. So I'll just be back in one moment. So this is Makeup Revolution's Pro Fix, and they do have the I have the oil control because I tend to get a little bit oily, but you can just get the normal one. And how many? It's 100 mils, so you know it would last, guys. And I just always give it a bit of a shake. Hold it about 6 inches from the face. And I just close my eyes and spray. And then just let it set just for a minute. And and that's it. There's a little clinical smell from it, I think I said that before, but I mean it does fade quite quickly. And there it is, guys. I just wanted to show you guys, especially as it was requested, you know, if you're trying to kind of save or do things like that, Flormar are just such a good, they're almost the same as W7, but they have more choice. I'm really happy with this. You know, it does double radiance primer and it's a highlighter and there's SPF, so there's loads of things here. And I'm loving their concealer, much better than MAC. I know that's crazy, but it is. And then I just, you know, I think, you know, you could definitely build up a nice kind of basket or wherever you keep things in of these products, and then not have to think, oh my god, I've spent a fortune, you know, that kind of thing. So I will put up pictures after this, and then Instagram will have them too, but they will be following this video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.